Okay, hello, my name is Joe, and I have with me today Dave from Basement Waterproofing. Hello, Dave.
Hi, how are you, Joe?
Good, how are you?
Very well, thanks.
Glad to have you today. The reason we're here today is to really kind of go over some of the signs and symptoms to help people understand a little bit about foundation repair.
Okay.
I think more importantly is when you start to see signs in your home. And I want you to help us understand maybe 3, 4, 5 signs that you're going to start to see that you know it's time to bring in a professional.
Sure, and actually, looking at basement foundation problems can actually tell you something from not in the basement, but actually on the first floor.
Okay.
When you see like doors aren't closing the way they used to, there's gaps in your moldings, ceiling or floor.
Okay.
That's a sign that something's moving.
Okay.
And typically, it's the basement because the basement is the foundation of the whole house.
So when you start to open your door and you start to notice that there's a little bit of rubbing going on, is what you're saying?
Rubbing, or it doesn't close at all anymore.
I see.
Like it sticks at the top and
And you got to push it really hard.
Push it really hard.
So what's that a sign of? In other words, you're starting to see some foundation sinking or settling, or what's happening there?
Probably not sinking of foundation, but maybe cracks in the walls and movement within the basement slab.
Oh, I see.
Or walls.
I see.
And that's a big indicator.
Okay. I know another thing too is that people start to wonder, why am I starting to see certain cracks in my wall? Now, I know you have a picture here that you want to show. Help us to understand what this is a sign of and what's going on.
Well, when you see cracks in your moldings or in your drywall or plaster, if it's an older home, that's a sign that you probably have wall issues in your basement.
I see.
So we can go downstairs and then do an inspection to see what's going on directly under the problem you're experiencing upstairs.
Wow. Okay.
And we'll see either step cracks, which looks like stair steps, or a horizontal crack, and maybe even a floor that has dropped or is sinking slightly.
Okay. So I know that other people have told me that they start to see separation of cement. I mean, different types of things. Is this also a sign of possible foundation problems?
Absolutely. And typically these problems come from outside sources.
Okay.
We have to look at grading around the house. We have to look at downspouts. We have to look at patios or porches that may have settled.
Oh, okay.
And these are indications that water is getting into the foundation and then repeatedly compressing the soils and then creating either sinkholes or voids between the foundation wall and floor.
Okay. So it would seem to me, and I've had friends tell me that they actually caught the problem a little bit too late. And it actually got to a point where it was structural damage to the home, and they spent tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, tremendous money to get the problem fixed.
Exactly.
So tell me, I mean, it would seem to me that if you catch the problem early, look at some of the early signs that we're talking about here, it's not going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars to get it fixed, but get the problem fixed as soon as you start to see some of these symptoms.
Right. Don't ignore the early signs, basically, is what it comes to. Because if it's just minor cracking, doors not closing properly, it could be just a beam or something in the basement that has either deteriorated from water or the wall is moving. And the earlier it's caught, the less expensive it's going to be.
Okay. And in that, help me to understand a little bit about, I don't want to go in great detail with this, but what are some of the things that you do as far as the solution to some of these symptoms, some of these problems?
Well, like I said, the first thing is to look outside. We want to make sure it's not something that's very simplistic, like a grading issue or downspouts.
Okay.
If we rule that out, then we have to go into the basement. If it's a horizontal crack, in a picture that we can reference, we will do what's called carbon fiber straps that are put on. They're very strong. They're very thin. You can paint over top of them. So they're not real noticeable.
Okay.
When it gets to the point where it's progressing and carbon fiber isn't an option, then we have to go to steel I-beams.
I see.
Or even outside piering, which can be very expensive.
Very expensive. Okay. Finally, just tell us a little bit about yourself and your business and how long you've been doing this and
Sure.
your qualifications.
I've been in the industry about 22 years.
Okay.
I started this company, Basement Waterproofing Solutions, in 2000. So
Okay.
We're into our 18th year.
Wow, okay, great.
We service all York, Lancaster, Harrisburg, surrounding areas.
Okay,
And we do basement waterproofing, of course, mold remediation, structural repair, crawl space encapsulation.
okay. Excellent, excellent. Well, Dave, I can't thank you enough for coming in today and helping so many people that are going to be watching this to help them understand how they can go about, finding the problems, understanding the symptoms, and then contacting professionals such as yourself to get this resolved before it could end up costing them a lot of money.
Sure. Yeah, my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
All right.